My bigger concern is someone coming to rob me. So I have $2,000 and a couple things of gold in there. So if they were to do that, I'd give them that and tell them to get the hell out of here.
But keep them in your house with somebody.
I know you're not watching what's going on, but we're here because we live close. Not because we have the most money.
Alright, how you guys doing? I'm Ralph. I live in Florence.
Okay. We'll let you know.
I think I caught something, but I'll try to clip it, send it to the cops.
Sam caught something from yesterday.
Were you home?
No.
Oh, no one's home?
How'd it happen?
What?
The fire.
Oh no, the fire happened while I was home.
Yeah.
I was on the treadmill, had a candle. On top of the books inside of my office. The only thing we can assume is the dog knocked it over, but that's the only thing we have.
And that's for sure. What did you call the fire department?
Oh yeah, we got a fire report coming tomorrow, or it should be here in the next 2 or 3 days.
You're gonna send it out to everybody to like.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I mean, I got pictures, videos.
My question, man, is like, I mean, I've asked you so many times, if you told us it was too, like, the safety deposit box with the codes.
So the only reason I didn't have my codes in the safety deposit boxes is because if someone comes and robs me, which was more my bigger concern.
Have a great one.
Thanks, Ralph. My bigger concern is someone coming to rob me. So I have $2,000 and a couple things of gold in there. So if they were to do that, I'd give them that and tell them to get the hell out of here.
But keep them in your house with somebody
you could
moving
have
things into your house.
2 safety deposit boxes.
That's true, but do you have a fireproof safe?
Right. Yes, I do.
They just weren't in the safe, or?
Correct. One. So I have 4 pieces of paper that are half burnt with 3 words on each of them. I'm in contact already with Eli Powell, which is my cold wallet, to try to get it somehow restored. And the money's there. I don't have access
Realistically, do you
to
think that's possible? Like, just being clear honest?
To be blunt, I find it very unlikely. Only because it's a cold wallet. And the whole point of the cold wallet is to have security from hacks and
Do you not have multiple?
outside sources.
Like multiple?
I have multiple wallets, but it's all on the one Eli Powell.
Yeah, but the passphrases. Like he has.
Yeah, there's
like
4 phrases. There's 4 passphrases. Yes.
You have multiple copies of those passphrases. You just had one.
Yes.
Not in a safe. Not in a safety deposit box.
Correct.
Just sitting out.
Not sitting out, hidden.
Not safe from everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that.
No, it's just like clarification, right? Like, this is like the most absolutely fucking bizarre thing. And
I get it. And all my shit was on there as well. And I'm not saying that makes it any better by any means.
Nobody believes that also. Just let you know. We're not going to put that shit down. Nobody believes you put everything you had on that.
Well, the truth is, obviously, man, we're all upset, but I mean, worried about you too, because there's obviously people mad, you know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, I got 2 9-year-olds, so,
But yeah, there's scenarios where, like, if you used to do this, why would you still be here?
I'm not going to buy a $20 million house anywhere.
you weren't nervous that anything like this was happening after you sent that email? You weren't worried like people were gonna be like, what the fuck, and get super pissed and like come to your house? And, like,
Of course, but that doesn't mean I can't tell people.
no, definitely.
You know,
tell
I mean,
them.
it happened, and the last thing I want is more, because I had more people to send more money, and I didn't want that to happen because I don't have access to it. So, I mean, I had a $400,000 deposit that was coming in today.
So from a dumb old guy, I guess it just baffles me that it just disappears because.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's there. I just don't have access to it.
I know, but there's not like, I mean, if I lose my password, I can answer 47. I have to answer 17 questions about my dog's first name, my fucking, my high school, my high school sweetheart, and how many ankles I have. I mean, I have to answer all these questions, but this is strictly just a code.
It's a cold wallet.
And there's nothing else. There's no like secondary code. What if you died?
What he's
What if you
saying
died?
is
What if you got in a
100%
car accident yesterday before it even happened? What happened then?
And my wife would be able to use the codes.
What if you guys both got in a car accident together?
And Walter would have access to my codes, and he was going to have access to it.
How would he have access to it? He didn't know where it was at.
I'm sorry?
How would he have access to it?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, where did you tell him it was going to be at?
Where it was?
In the safe?
No, it wasn't a safe. It was just hidden. Not like a safe that's fireproof or like
I
a
missed
social
that
security
part.
box,
It wasn't
like
a
box
safe,
or
it was just
nothing like
hidden
that.
somewhere, like
Yeah.
a shoebox. I just don't understand why someone would be so reckless, man. You seem so fucking smart. I'm not trying to beat you while you're down, but goddamn, it just seemed like there were so many things that don't make sense. So he knew it was hidden in a shoebox somewhere behind a closet. I mean, I'm not saying that's where it was at. I didn't hear it, but he knew it wasn't in a safe. And why wouldn't you put it in like 6 different safety deposit boxes?
He's scared he's gonna get robbed.
They're not gonna rob you from all 6 safety deposit boxes. You said you wanted.
Deposit box in the bank.
They wanted one, right? They wanted one safety security box. That's why you put $2,000 in that, so you can say this is what it is, and they'd be happy with it, right? They'd be happy they got that money because that's what you had, right?
The plan.
What if you had 5 other safety security boxes with that code in all 5 of them? Do you think they knew you had 5 of them?
No.
Why wouldn't you do that?
I mean, I can what if it to death, but I mean, the bottom line is I have 3 damn phones that are burnt to crisp and 4 pieces of paper that are burnt to crisp.
So
That's
all
what
your,
I have.
So all your phones and everything you have was in one small area. So you have 3 phones. They were all
my
together.
office.
So
Or
all your
not my
phones.
office in my bedroom.
So you were on the
The only
treadmill
reason
in your office.
I had the phones there to begin with is because I was sending deposit or withdrawals today. I normally don't have all those together.
You sent deposits today. What happened last night?
Correct.
You said the only reason why you had your phones in there is because you were sending deposits today.
Correct.
There's been a lot going on in the last
Prepping.
24 hours. We lost all of ours.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know what you think happens next.
I don't know. what
Did you
happens
file a
next.
police report for the crypto? I mean, can you file police reports for that being gone?
I mean, I told them that's why I'm assuming that this happened.
I know, but like, let's say that this didn't happen. What would happen next? Do you file something with the security admissions, or is there something you do, or is it just like I had a flash drive and I flushed it down the toilet accidentally and I can't get it back? There's nothing that can be done. You can't report it to anybody.
Are you gonna look into it?
Got it.
Am I going to look into reporting something on me?
Maybe, I don't know, like figuring
I'm
out
not.
how to fix.
I'm going to look into trying to fix it. No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to look into
Yeah.
reporting someone to authorities on myself. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I would have
given me a
absolutely,
question.
I would absolutely have no issues with other people that do,
Okay.
and I'll do what I need to do.
Yeah.
But you're
bottom
not
line
going to
is,
report that it got stolen from you.
I already did.
To who?
Not that it got stolen. That it was burnt to a crisp. I didn't report that it was stolen.
But those items were burnt to a crisp.
Correct.
So you were in the office working out, running.
The whole bedroom
and
was
the
burnt?
bedroom candle was lit, and the dog knocked it over in the bedroom, and it burnt the entire bedroom, or it just burnt the desk, and what?
It's about a third of the bedroom that was burned up. When I went in there, the flames were already up to the ceiling. I put it out with a fire extinguisher. It went out. I ran out. When I ran back in, it was lit up again. So then I put it out again, ran back out. It lit up again. When I went in for the third time, there was smoke from my knee to the ceiling, and I was literally underneath it like this, putting it out for the third time. Then I got my dog, ran out. My neighbor called 911 because
Is
I
it
didn't
that
have
little
my
baby
phone.
dog that was
Yes.
running around?
Yes.
Where was the candle?
I'm sorry.
Where was the candle sitting?
On. Do you want to come look at it?
I mean, I will. It's just like that dog is like this big. Like,
The candle was this big. This big.
yeah, but is it on the floor?
No,
was
it
it like,
was on the ledge. It was on the ledge. Do y'all live in this neighborhood?
No, I don't live
No.
in the
Okay.
neighborhood, but like I'm
Just asking a question,
Okay.
right? So the ledges in here are the windows are about this high, right? There was a plate with a cookie on there that my daughter left there. So our
and the
only
candle was, like,
assumption,
next to it.
our only assumption, is that the dog jumped up there to get the cookie,
Yeah.
and that's when it fell over.
And the candle was also
There
on the
was
leg
a
with the
box on the ground from an American Doll that my daughter got that day and unboxed in our bedroom that was right there. The candle fell into that, lit that on
cookie. So
fire.
the candle was also by on the ledge. That
Do you
had
want?
the cookie.
What I can do is I can send you the fire report as soon as I get it, and we don't have to do this twice.
It's just was the candle on the ledge or was it not? Was it on
I've
the
already
ledge?
told you that, and
So yes or no? Was it on the ledge or was it not on the ledge by the cookie?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I have to say. Cool, makes sense.
Sorry, I thought I said that multiple times.
I thought you said it was on a like dresser or like a chest.
Yes, the drawer was on the ledge. It's about this big, and that's where all my shit was. Okay, that's where the thing was hidden behind there, taped up.
Gotcha.
That's where it was.
Gotcha. Cool. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just asking questions that everybody's gonna want to know, and that
I
everybody's
think
just
the
getting
issue was that
clarification.
you sent the email out, and then it was like radio silence. And it just spawned, and you just kept going. There's
This is
obviously
the first
people
time
that-
I've lost millions of dollars, so I don't really know how to handle it, to be honest.
I think you lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
No. No. Y'all can put all the charts together. I know how much was in it.
I don't get all the charts.
But I don't know how to handle it. I don't know how to respond. All I could do is let people know what happened, and from there, everyone's going to do what they need to do, and I respect that
How much did you lose?
a lot.
I realize that. But I don't know how much you lost.
I'll keep that to myself.
I thought you did. Just trying to engage the amount of energy you want to put into getting it back.
Quite a bit.
Why wouldn't you call Christian and tell him?
First off, I didn't have a phone.
That's
Okay.
not. You sound like a collection. I do collections my whole life. You sound like someone. I couldn't call you to pay my bill because I didn't have a phone. That was like 30 years ago when there was like pay phones and shit. You have a phone for 24 hours. Before you sent the email out, you didn't send a message to Christian.
Does it?
It was night 2, I guess it came right over.
Okay.
What time?
Check it out.
This is the phone I got today because it was burned yesterday in the car.
Like I said, why didn't you call here? Why didn't you call Christian and tell him?
I didn't handle it properly. I mean, I really don't know what else to say.
I guess the other thing is like, since you're, if this is all the biggest coincidence in the world where you really didn't have this shit safe and everything and it's lost, essentially you're still good at trading, you're still good at doing what you do, you could trade and we could recoup something eventually.
I mean,
There's nothing to recoup it from. You have to have money involved to recoup
I'm
money.
sure people.
You think people are going to put
bottom
money
line,
in?
that's the thing. Bottom line is, what am I willing to do? Whatever the hell I can. Absolutely. It's just what people are going to be willing to do. I mean, and
People are going to be desperate. I mean, people are going to be.
I mean, it's really so they got a life change.
You throw them a bone, they're gonna be like, oh, okay. And I think that by you saying that's gonna put people off. Like, oh, I won't do anything. I'm not gonna say anything because he's gonna get it back for us, right? The hope that people are gonna have are gonna be, but you have to start with something. It's like you're gonna start with. You can't start with nothing. I mean, you have to start with something to get. I don't know. I wasn't even thinking about that. I mean, have you spoken with a Christian?
no. He called when this was all going on.
Man, I just don't understand why. I mean, I was talking to Anthony. I was like, look, if me and you are partners, I don't care if I hate you or not. If this happened before I sent that email out, and regardless of what transpired in your partnership, irrelevant. I don't know why you wouldn't. Did you consult anybody before you sent that out?
No.
A lawyer?
No. I didn't.
Anyone?
No. I
Why?
didn't. What are you looking for? I mean, what
I'm
do you
not
want me to
looking
tell
for.
you?
I'm looking for something that makes sense
Can
to
you answer
me.
this for me too, man? Because I know a lot of people who are with Mason and Mike. That were they partly money involved with you too?
Not with my knowledge. I knew that they were, but
Okay.
basically, Chris had an account with
Underneath
me,
people.
and then he just got a bunch of their money and put it with me.
Okay.
No one ever told me that, but
Right,
I knew
right.
that was what was going on.
Yeah. I mean, just like my family. That I get it.
So what happens next? What's your plan for tomorrow?
Right.
I'm waiting to hear back from Yellow Pal, which is not going to be till Monday.
But you feel like it's.
I know what a cold wallet is, and I know what a secret phrase is, and I know that there's no database that has secret phrases everywhere. It doesn't matter if I have 3, 9, or 11 of them. If I don't have 12 words, I know
But they
that I'm not
can't.
going to have
But they can't
access to
figure
that.
out like you've been trading from.
It's-
And this
it's-
is I'm being naive because I believe most of your investors are not crypto people. And most of your investors are family members of people
Right.
and this and that, and they're like naive people, and they're not going to understand
I know.
the things they're going to that you can't recover it based upon you know. Hey, I've been trading from this IP address for 47. What this? I don't understand how you couldn't. How it just disappears. I mean, if that's the case, it feels like there would just be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars just disappear. And that may be the case. I may
There's
be
been
naive.
horror stories, yes, but
This is one of them, I think.
oh yeah.
That it just disappears. There's no other recovery of it. So you're saying that there's no other.
If it was on a hot wallet on an exchange or something along those lines, then yes, I could get access to it. But I take it off exchanges and put it on a cold wallet.
No, it just seems like you're so careful with everything.
Well, I thought I was.
What up, guys?
Hi.
Chris.
So careful.
Anthony,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well.
How are you, Chris?
Morgan.
You, Morgan.
Jeff.
What's up, Jeff? Chris. How you doing, buddy? I'm Chris.
Hi, Terry.
Nice to meet you, Terry. Where do you guys live? Y'all live right down here?
Nowhere near it.
2 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
20 minutes.
Did you see this video? Huh? Here it is right here. There's a toolbox on the back. It's definitely a crew cab. But he stops right in front of your house.
And that's the one you sent to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you, so you got it.
Well, you know who it is. You just don't know who it is.
Well, yeah.
It
I
was
know
one of
200.
232 people. 100, 230 because
Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Which is
I didn't
dumb.
think
The cops-
y'all would be here if it were.
well, the cops are dumb. They didn't even, like. We didn't know what was going on when we walked up.
Yeah, you think they'd question us or something.
Yeah, so they walked in the door and it was said like, hey, you.
I mean, and of course, naturally. I mean, obviously, I've been on the phone for the last 3 hours with multiple different people. So
Who?
I've been on the phone with Jordan, with Charlie, with.
So Charlie lied to you. Never mind.
I talked to him, not very long, but I talked to him.
But he found out the same way we all found out. Makes me feel even more uncomfortable about how things went. So you called Charlie and a couple other people, but you didn't call Christian.
No, they called me and I answered the phone.
And yes, Charlie lied.
You didn't lie. I found out just like you guys did. I know next to nothing. As soon as I learn something, I let you know. Which is fine. I mean, you don't have to. But clearly, when I asked you why you didn't call Christian, you said because you have a phone. That wasn't really the reason, right? Because you called other people.
No, I got
Here's your wife's phone.
And you could have used your wife's phone. Yeah.
I didn't call him. I didn't ask him for his advice on it. I mean, bottom line is
So you just called your big guys who lost a lot of money.
you know, I answered the phone calls when they called.
it's all relevant so we can figure out whether you need money back or what the next step is. So
Yeah. I don't envy you.
Me too.
I don't. It's just, I don't. I mean, I know you don't, you were on this side of it, but you have to understand what it felt like on this side.
I do. And
You're
I'm
like,
not.
you know, making sure, I mean,
The only thing is the door being kicked in. I mean, I feel like there's different routes that could be gone. But I mean, once again, I have no idea who it was in their position and what was going on. So, but
you can understand why someone kicked your door in, right? You know, I mean,
I can understand why somebody would be upset,
right.
but that's
No,
I mean, it's a felony. That, I mean, whatever. That's. I mean,
until you.
I got my own battles to go after. So
felony's like a 25 grand fine, and people are missing millions. I don't think they were like. I mean, it's something that happened. I'm not saying that, but you can understand. You should have known that something bad was going to happen. I just feel like, man, I don't know what happened. I just thought maybe. I guess we just expected. I don't know.
I mean, I felt like I was as careful as I could be for 6 years.
But were you? Did you just get lax? I mean,
No, I was worried about the wrong thing.
Why would you spread it out? I guess I just don't understand why you wouldn't spread it out. My fucking 80-year-old dad fucking hides like fucking $20,000 on his fucking yard or like 17 different fucking places because he's afraid someone's gonna find one fucking thing, and you kept it all millions in a fucking little nice pot with your phones. Not only that, you left the codes, your phone, and those little chips. What are the chip? The cards. You left them all in a nice little pile.
I'm just disappointed, man, that I asked several times and I was told they were going to take the deposit boxes. So obviously you were smart enough to think about it.
So no, my security phone, my two-factor authenticator, is what's kept in the security deposit box. That's for withdrawals from my exchange. So when I send,
man, you know those photos are the most important thing, dude. I mean, I know all about cold wallets too. Like,
I mean, I don't know much about it all, but that's all he kept telling me.
Those
Was
are
like,
literally the most
I know
important
10 of my
things in the world.
numbers. I memorize them, but I got the numbers written over here and over here and over here and over here and over
It's
here.
literally the only thing that matters.
What you have written on a Post-it note? I mean, is that what that is on the picture? Is that a Post-it note?
I mean,
I mean, you were literally responsible for all these millions of dollars you wrote
I've
on
got
a
like
fucking
low 6
Post-it
figures
note?
and I got my shit
would it have been
stamped in the
different if
mail.
it was a regular piece of paper?
Yeah, don't be a fucking smartass, motherfucker.
I'm just asking.
I mean, seriously, really?
We have some, and they're
Yeah, my
stamping with
stamp.
metal.
I mean,
They're
you're a fucking-
spread out in
I only
safety
got like
deposit
100
boxes
in
and
that
different
thing.
fireproof safe. Like so many.
No, it wouldn't have been different. It was written on a piece of paper, piled up in a nice ball with everything else, like in a little piece of ball paper here. And that may have been how you put it all together, which I assume it did. I assume they were all just on a plate, and you just took a picture of them all on a plate.
Correct. That's not how it ended up.
They were all everywhere.
I put it there because I knew the importance of them.
You have to access those codes very often at all, never, right?
I haven't looked at them in 2 years.
Right, but yet you kept them out.
I didn't keep them out. They were hidden behind the thing that.
But why weren't those in your safe?
Yeah.
Why did those ever come out?
Yeah.
Because my
you
whole
don't use
point to that is if someone were to come here and rob me and say, I know the business that you're doing and you got 200 people's worth of shit, they're going to go and ask for my wallet. And
Shit,
that's,
if I came
that's
to
what
rob
I was
you, man,
afraid
I'd tear
of.
your house up to find it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just look in the fucking safe.
I mean, you're just so worried about robbers. We just totally
Yeah, I had a
flew
lot of
past
money.
every other aspect that could have happened.
Safety deposit box is like the
Jeez.
safest you can get
Awesome.
with that shit.
Yeah, no shit. And you
It's
can
all-
have multiple.
I mean, you didn't even put it like in a dining room, like a room away from your office, because everything was in your office, which they would have thought
It
was
was
that.
in my room.
Right, your room.
My bedroom.
I thought you said that was your office.
No.
He was working on his
But you're working out of your office. Are you going to give any more answers to people? What's your plan for?
I've been answering as much as I can.
I mean, you've been answering to what?
Everyone that's calling me and texting me.
You haven't been, but what do you? I think you need to send something out. There's 240 people, and right now, I mean, I can show you. There's. You have to give more information. Otherwise, it's going to be me saying this, him saying this. There's there's 3 guys that drove down the street that came and said this. There's someone else who got a phone call from someone else and said this, and it's just going to make it worse.
I'll give out all the information that I have.
He'll post the police report. Or the fire
Police
report.
report, man. I'll post a fire report. I have videos of the aftermath.
I mean, I think it's wise to
I
post
mean,
it just
you
so
know,
everybody
you know
is
what
like,
this looks like, though.
It looks like you burnt your fucking room down and caught on fire, and you're just going to take all the money away.
yeah.
Because that could easily happen, right? You know that could be the case also.
Especially because, I mean,
You're
there's
the only
there's
one.
230 people that trusted you with tens of millions of dollars. For somebody
To be
that
so
was
in,
trusted with that
Go
to
ahead.
just have pieces of paper in their house and not in fucking 30 locations around the world, it just,
you had a fiduciary responsibility,
Or
right?
at least like memorize.
You did,
Like I
right?
said,
you
man,
understand that? You had a fiduciary
I've
responsibility.
got like
I understand
150K in a cold wallet, and I've got the fucking codes in my father-in-law's, I got it in my safe, I've got it
Safety
in my
deposit.
brother's, so I mean, all 3 houses got to burn down for me to lose my shit.
They're
You know?
stamped with metal.
Stamp of metal, you know, and it's like $150,000, not
Nothing compared to what you
Yeah.
have.
$30 million. So I just don't get that aspect. I mean, I just can't buy that aspect.
And it
of
could
this.
be 15 coincidences that add up. But that's not what no one's thinking right now.
I understand that. 80% of the people in this fund were family or friends of family.
Oh, I know. I think that's how
I
it
mean,
grew, right?
I'm not going anywhere. I have no fucking money. I mean, I'm liquid about 13K. That's how much actual cash I have now.
But even that, man, that don't make sense.
I traded all my stuff, and I had an investment, but my investment was also in there.
You didn't diversify at all? You didn't do anything
Real
different?
estate, nothing, man. You didn't.
No.
Why? That doesn't make sense.
Case of
You can't have all your eggs in one basket.
Fire.
I understand that now.
Looks like we're all fucked.
That just doesn't make any sense.
If you've had to have thought of this possibility, your house burning down. I mean,
Or
that
you
shit-
just were worried about robberies?
And we've done some math, some small math, from just our little small portions, and we know how much you take home a month. So if you're just reinvesting it all in the same thing,
I've lost a lot of money, and I would take none of it if I could get the rest of the shit back.
yeah, I mean, we all hope you can. I mean, I'm not,
But in the future, diversify.
that's not the worst thing in the future.
I'm just saying, you can't, that, no. That's beyond.
All right. Well, it wasn't us that kicked your door down.
I don't think it was.
No.
The person who probably did it, you probably wouldn't think would either. But things happen.
It sucks that.
You kind of left it like a mystery out there. You kind of left it out like, is it real? And the whole thing, the big thing was it real?
Most people thought that email was fake. Yeah.
Is it fake? Did your account get hacked?
I didn't know how else to approach it, or to say it, or what to do.
Then I was like, well, if he was really trying to like disappear the money, I would have just waited like 2 months, and nobody would have known
There's
anything
nowhere
about
for
it.
me to go. I have no money. I'm hopefully in 2
No, I'm
months
saying
be
if.
working a freaking whatever job I can just to pay bills.
I just think maybe like just moving, like to make everybody feel a little bit maybe, I mean, nobody's gonna feel secure. Everybody's still pissed and like freaking the hell out, right? But like maybe hopping on a video and like making sure you're showing all the proof and like feeling like being sincere, because an email was just a very generalized like, this is what happened.
Hey, you lost
Very much-
lost millions of dollars, and I'm not saying you lost millions
Yeah.
of dollars, and I'm sorry.
It was like a nonchalant.
You can reply back to this email if you want, but that didn't work because everyone replied back to the
Even
email
that
and that
job
didn't work.
you just said, man, if you've been doing this shit for years, if you're as good as you portray the last several years, even if you only got 13 grand, you wouldn't have to work, bro. You know that shit. I mean, you could trade your 13 grand and fucking make more money than you can somewhere else. So, I don't know.
All right, well, I appreciate you standing here. I'll give you that much.
Yeah. Stay safe. Take care of your family.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Let's go. Throw me out later.